Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Inappropriate Movie Database, the comedy game show about content warnings. I'm your host, Nick Martucci. I'm so thrilled you're here. If you're watching live, thank you. If you're watching later on, sometime in the future, I guess thank you not as much, but I appreciate the view. This is going to be a fun show tonight. Before we get to that, Facebook group. If you're not a part of that, you should join that right now. If you search Inappropriate Movie Database or click the link in the description of this video, that's where you can get all the information about this show, including how to be on it. I love having new people on the show. I think there's still a couple of spaces left for January shows. So what you're going to want to do is go to that Facebook page, click on the January booking post, and claim a date. Send me a message either there or on Instagram and Twitter at IMDb Game. I will say this for your benefit if you're returning and haven't watched this month, including some of my guests here. Format's changed. We're doing fewer movies. We got some mini games going on. Tonight we are doing bad movies for the third time. And I'm thrilled to sort of throw some of these mini games in there. And I think let's bring in the guests and jump to one of those. Joining me on the show tonight are Arianna Magee, Doug Fitzgerald, JD Stephans, and Marty Viscosi. Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Hey. Hello.
Now, before we get to actual introductions, talking to each of you individually, we're going to play a mini game to see who I talk to first. I know that JD, you've been on every episode this month, and Doug, you play tested the games. Marty and Arianna, this is for your benefit. We're going to do a game right now called Keywords. One of my favorite things about IMDb is that these anonymous weirdos who write the parental warnings also add keywords to movies. These can be super general or super specific, no rhyme or reason. I don't know if anybody moderates them. What I have is a list of keywords from a movie. I'm going to start reading through them. Yell out the answer when you think you know what movie it is. No penalty for wrong answers. We'll just jump into this. I'm not going to give you a year or anything. Let's see if you can get this movie. This movie has the keyword slapped in the face, unexpected question, mother-daughter relationship, sex on a couch, unhappy ending,
Overboard?
egomania, indiscretion,
Tangled?
man with long hair.
Indecent
Tangled,
proposal.
was there sex on the couch?
Fabio, the documentary?
Audio recording, incoherence, Golden Gate Bridge, San Francisco, location.
You've got mail?
Starring director, melodrama, cheating fiance.
The Room?
It is The Room. We are starting it with a movie on theme, the classic The Room.
Why does they have sex on the couch?
Two people.
Such a good movie.
Yeah, two people have sex on a couch, and he forgot his underwears.
Sure did.
The other keywords in there, just to show that I would get to a point where you might know it: death of protagonist, film with ambiguous title, so bad it's good, tuxedo, television smashing, talking on a rooftop, imitating a chicken, breast cancer, best friend, throwing a football, famous line, and room. Room is a keyword for The Room. Arianna, you got that right?
I did.
Welcome back to the show for the first time in a long time, Arianna Magee. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so happy you're back. I think you're the only one on the show tonight who has done a bad movie episode before, and you fucking killed it.
I did. And I'm not trying to be too cocky, but I hope I can bring it again tonight.
I have a good feeling about this. It's been a while since we did that. That was, I want to say 60 episodes ago. So I think I asked a version of this question. I don't know what your answer was because it's been so long. So I'm going to ask you one of two. What is a terrible movie that you love? Or what is a terrible movie that everyone should avoid?
Ooh. A terrible movie that everybody should avoid. Oh no, sorry. Terrible movie I love, Nothing But Trouble.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
It's it's really something.
That's
It'll
penis
upset you.
nose, right?
Yes, the penis nose. And a terrible movie that everybody should avoid. I mean, I love it, but I'd recommend staying away from it. Shoot, it's the one with Greg Sestero, Retro Puppet Master.
Oh, yeah. What is that? Like the 7th or 8th Puppet Master movie?
It's a really rough to get through.
I only know about it because I listened to his audiobook, and he really thinks he can do a French accent, which is fun.
And he cannot pull it off.
Well, those are fun recommendations. Also returning to the show, it's been a while. So thrilled he's back. Doug Fitzgerald, welcome back to the show.
It's been a while. Yes, and sorry.
How you doing tonight, Doug?
Good. I'm doing perfectly fine.
You got an alarm going off.
I have an alarm going on.
I don't know. It sounded like some noise was coming from you.
I'm over 40, so there's
all
always
right. Well, that
coming
works.
from me.
Doug, you like bad movies?
I love bad movies.
Then you're gonna kill it tonight.
Oh yeah.
Do you have any sort of either recommendation or avoidance?
Oh, for a bad movie that I absolutely will avoid is Nosferatu, the one that came out like in 2000s.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say the original.
No, not the original. It's the one where it was like a documentary about Nosferatu, and Nosferatu was actually a real vampire when they were filming the real thing. It was so convoluted. I was supposed to write a review of it for my college newspaper, and I wrote that I fell asleep within 20 minutes, and that was the only review I had.
Do you have any that you really like?
Let's see. That is incredibly schlocky. I mean, Monty Python and the Holy Grail is always going to be my favorite bad schlocky movie, just because the way it ended. They were like, well, we're out of money, so let's do this.
I mean, I can't give it to you. That's on IMDb's top 250 of all time.
It is. I
don't know if we can call that a bad movie. So never mind. You're going to do terribly tonight.
I think I'm going to do terribly. I think I'm going to be they're going to make a bad movie about my appearance on bad movies. It's going to be great. It's going to be meta.
Wonderful. Also returning to the show tonight, always a thrill to have them here. Marty Viscosi, welcome back.
Hello.
Hey, Marty. So you've done so many of these shows at this point. I'm surprised you weren't on either of the bad movie episodes.
Honestly, same. And I don't even really have a good reason. I don't know.
You enjoy some bad stuff, right?
Depends who you ask and how you define bad. Nick, I am quite uncritical of many horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that makes people think I have bad taste. But that's simply a matter of opinion.
Well, is there a movie, horror or otherwise, that is like known to be bad that you'll go to bat for? Or just anything people should avoid?
Like, there's so many is the thing that I like, but I have to go with the first one that I thought of, which isn't a horror movie. But when I was young, my family had no money and many children. So we spent a lot of time at the library. And eventually we ran out of good movies. and like VHSs. So we started just like taking out whatever they had left, which included the movie Serendipity the Pink Dinosaur, which to this day is one of my favorites, and my mom hates it. Like, it is a big point of contention between us how much she hates this movie and how much I love it. The whole thing is on YouTube. I would highly recommend watching it. I would especially recommend watching it highly. Haha.
What is the name of this movie again?
Serendipity the Pink Dinosaur. It is about a little boy named Bobby whose parents are Antarctic explorers. Yeah.
Oh,
and
man.
his parents are Antarctic explorers, and he floats away on a giant iceberg. Then they just like never see him again. And then it turns out to be a frozen egg, and he floats to a like magical tropical island, and the egg cracks, and it's a pink dinosaur named Serendipity. And then they have to save the island from an evil pirate named Captain Smudge. And there's a princess, and she can't cry, so the coconuts have to cry for her.
What?
I love it.
I want
I
to
love
do
every
mushrooms
minute.
and watch this movie.
What was that?
I want to do mushrooms and watch this movie.
Yeah, I was like 4, so they don't recommend those for 4-year-olds, but like it's truly a delight. Captain Smudge has his own theme song. There's a mean bird named Pila Pila.
Amazing. I've never heard of this. I will look it up.
It's on YouTube.
I actually did just think of a bad movie that I think everyone should see because it's so horrible. Velocipaster.
I have heard of Velocipaster. I've not seen it.
So
You're missing
bad.
out.
On purpose.
Also, I do want to say this while I have Marty here. There's one movie that you've recommended a lot on this show.
Sure is.
Now, tonight we're doing movies that have under 5 out of 10 on IMDb. And Sinister 2 just makes it at 5.3 out of 10.
Listen. Sinister 2 is an American classic. James Ransone did not act his James Ransussy off for us to sit here and talk poorly on Sinister 2. You might be having a mental breakdown, but that movie holds up to the test of time.
I promise you I will watch it before the year is over.
Thank you. My birthday is May 14th if you want to schedule it accordingly.
All right, I'll save it for May.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good spring movie.
Sure is.
Sinister 2, an Easter movie.
I mean, like, a
Anybody
character
rise
burns
again?
on a cross, so like you could make that argument.
Awesome. Finally, returning to the show. If you've seen any episode from this year, you've seen this person.
Okay.
JD Stevens, the
Hello.
January D. Stevens. Welcome back to the show.
Hello. Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm really good. I'm so good.
Now, you
Yay.
should know that your phone is not turning with you for some reason. So you
You're
are
like-
just on your side right now.
It's not turning.
There we go.
That's sad. It didn't turn.
No.
I thought this was supposed to do landscape.
Is
It's
your
not?
like,
It might be locked.
yeah, I was going to say that.
Oh, how do
maybe
I
your-
lock? I locked that. Reading settings. Hang on. Let's take a look. I don't know.
Well, that's fine. Well, do whatever you want to do. This is your show.
Okay. I'm so sorry to everyone watching. I will have to figure that out. Marty, DM me on how to fix that.
Why do people assume I know things about
Also,
sex?
I just want you all to know that if it doesn't get fixed, that's me. That's because Marty DM'd me a fuck you instead.
This is genuinely a problem in my life, for the record, where people assume I know things about tech because I'm like nerdy in 17 other ways. And I really don't. I'm like a woods nerd.
Oh, woods nerd? Isn't that an elf?
You are. I think you play a woodland creature for D&D, don't you?
I do not. I'm your
Yes.
Genasi friend in D&D.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're both I'm
Well,
the air
we've got
one.
all that figured out now.
Yes.
JD, welcome back.
Yes. Hello. Hello.
Now, JD, I know that you have a hard time remembering movies.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I want you to know, Nick, my streak was off because as a diligent contestant, I Googled and remembered a terrible movie for you that I enjoyed.
I can't wait.
I need you to sit down, Nick. Marty, I need you to turn your ears off so that you can't judge me any more than you already do. You can't tell the D&D group, Marty, is what I'm saying.
Oh, I can judge. And I think I know what the movie's going to be.
All right, I'm currently sitting down at my standing desk.
I guarantee it's worse than that. Go ahead. Guess what it is.
Mazes and Monsters with Tom Hanks?
No, it's worse. Cats, actually. I enjoyed Cats.
Cats?
I think that's a solid choice. I missed the cultural phenomenon of seeing it in theaters.
To anyone who's watching this, the only way that you should ever watch this movie is stoned.
I'm getting there.
If you're not completely stoned off your ass to the point that your friend has to carry you into the theater like a goddamn soldier, you're probably not in a good space to see it, okay? Like, you need to be so stoned you're not sure what's real. That's when you go ahead and you put on Cats.
Never going to trust Cats again because James Gordon is now one of them.
Meryl Streep is too. I had to watch it for Meryl. I know.
Wait, Meryl Streep is... Meryl Streep's not in Cats.
I think she is. Wasn't it Meryl Streep? It was.
Were you thinking of Judi Dench?
I think you're thinking of Judi Dench.
I'm thinking of Judi Dench, excuse me. I was like, one of the greats was in it. Yeah, Judi Dench was in it. And I was just like, I have to see this. I have to know. And of course, I don't regret it. Mm-hmm. I don't. But you need to be stoned. There's a Taylor Swift moment. You'll be happy with Taylor Swift-ish.
The only thing I've seen from this movie is the scene in which Rebel Wilson unzips her skin to reveal clothing underneath.
What? Okay, I need to take 4 edibles and watch this movie now.
Insane!
I've only taken 1.
If you take enough weed, this movie is an experience you need in your life. Okay?
I have some time off coming up. Maybe I'll experience Cats finally.
But Nick, I'm not kidding. No less than 100 milligrams, okay?
I feel like I need to see it in a theater, though. I need to see it with people.
You can wait for the 25th
it'd be real
anniversary.
hard to watch on your own.
P.S. Shout out to the 25th anniversary of Titanic. It's coming back to theaters.
Still haven't watched it, and I worked in Blockbuster when it came out.
I've watched every single release of it. Oh. Every time it comes back to the theater, I make an appearance.
It's good because now Leonardo DiCaprio has like a point in which he can ask women if they were alive for it, and if they were, they're too old.
That's true.
Yep.
He doesn't date anyone older than 22.
Excellent recommendations. I was thinking about it while I was asking these questions. One movie that I watched expecting like so bad it's good, that is irredeemable, is the Garbage Pail Kids movie.
I like that one. How's that bad?
Really?
It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so horrible.
Bad, and it keeps feeling like it should be fun.
We're talking about the one from the 90s, right?
The what?
The ultimate griefer.
From the 90s?
From the 80s.
80s. From the 80s.
Yeah, the old one. Good. I liked it. What's wrong with you?
Did you just call me old?
One I will go to bat for every time. That is Doug, I'm sorry. Is
There's
there's somebody speaking near you?
Yeah, I'm trying to fix it.
Okay.
There we go. Should be better.
Anyway, one that I will go to bat for that people seem to hate is I kind of love Howard the Duck.
Yes. Yes. Howard the Duck.
Messes with me.
It is inconceivable that it was made. I don't know how it got past so many people, but just I had so much fun with that movie. I'm dreading it right now. I'm part of a Facebook group that every year around Christmas, there's a secret Krampus where you try to recommend a bad movie to somebody randomly. And I've been lucky in the past, but this year I got the Oogie Loves movie. So that is something that I'm going to have to deal with soon. It's got a 1.7 on IMDb.
I don't know if this movie was rated bad or not, but I loved it. Pee-wee. Okay. Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
It's a wonderful, that might be my favorite Tim Burton movie.
I love that movie. I don't know how it was rated. It is kind of weird, but I liked it.
Also, Scoops in the chat saying that she also loves Howard the Duck. So now there's a whole bunch of us.
Excellent. I like that Marty needed an emotional support cat for Pee-wee.
You mentioned cats, and that reminded Marty.
For the cat.
Well, thank you all for being here. Let's do another one of these keyword games to determine who's going to pick the first year for our game.
Oh, dear.
So get ready, everybody. And Doug, I have muted you, so if you want to answer, you'd have to unmute yourself. This movie has the keywords Christmas, tickling, basketball game,
and what?
Tickling.
I didn't get the second word.
Tickling. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to keep going.
Elf.
Pet hamster.
Is it Elf?
Man wearing
Elf.
shorts. Reference to Jay Leno. Internet dating. Annoying person.
Dr. Dolittle.
Protective male. Co-written by actor. Advertising executive.
Groundhog Day.
Invented language. Family relationships.
Yeah.
Step Brothers.
Actor playing himself. Commercial. Actor playing multiple roles. Worst Picture Razzie winner. Reference to Al Pacino. Actor playing female role.
Oh, Jack and Jill.
It is Jack and Jill.
Oh,
no.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
I didn't even finish the trailer for that movie.
I mentioned it the last time I came up. I've never seen it, but the scene where Al Pacino does the Dunkachino commercial is art and should be treated as such. I believe, Arianna, you got that movie on the last game with the clue, under frightening and intense scenes, this movie exists.
It's so bad. I knew what they meant. I felt it.
The only other clues we didn't get to is actor playing female role, character name as title, and twin brother and sister. That means, Arianna, you're starting the game with 2 points and picking the first year. Before we get to that, you all know how to play, but here's what's going to happen with this game. I've gone to IMDb, as I said, the Internet Movie Database, and I've pulled parental warnings for a whole bunch of bad movies. Movies rated under 5 out of 10 on IMDb. These parental warnings, like the keywords, are written by anonymous weirdos. I don't know why they do the things they do. But we've been doing this show for like 2 years now, so happy they do what they do. I'm going to read these parental warnings. My friends here are going to try to figure out what movie I'm warning you against. Arianna, like I said, you get to pick the year first. Would you like a bad movie from 2003, 2008, or 2018?
2008, please.
2008. All right, first movie of the night from 2008 for 5 points under profanity. Words like dick and fuck are used, but filled with musical notes, which make them inaudible. 1 to 2 uses of son of a bitch. All right, for 4 points under violence and gore. The main character kills a rooster, though in a humorous fashion.
A rooster. What?
But in a funny way.
Oh, is it? No.
Also, I should remind you, buzz in when you think you know it. We're done yelling out answers.
Right. Sorry, I'm so used to the mini game. It throws me off.
For 3 points under sex and JD, what do you think?
Babe?
It is not 2008's Babe.
Wait,
Yeah,
right,
I would have remembered the chicken killing scene.
That Babe kills the rooster in that movie.
Babe's like, I'm done with your shit. I want to sleep past 5.
Babe is overdue for a gritty reboot.
I want to see it.
All right, for 3 points under sex and nudity, a whole lot of references in the nuts and the penis, like the dinner scene and the scene where Jay Kell was circling 5 hockey entries and where a player can hit the goaltender.
What was the year of this?
2008.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like I feel like I'm like enjoying a different variety of English right now with like some of the phrasings of these.
No,
like
you're gonna
having a
hear some
stroke.
weird stuff. It turns out the people who leave warnings on bad movies are even worse. Doug, what do you think this movie is?
Dinner with Schmucks?
It is not Dinner with Schmucks.
That was a great guess.
All right, for 2 points under sex and nudity. Jessica admits to have had an experimental lesbian experience when she was in college. Hockey player drops his penis on a bed with a thud sound in front of his girlfriend, nudity not shown. 2 elephants hump in the middle of an ice hockey stadium, and many such non-sexual content throughout. Doug has another guess. Anybody else?
I'm good. I actually have a guess for this.
All right. JD, what do you think?
We're coming. So
Is this Disney's Dumbo?
Doug, what do you think?
I was going to think it was one of the Mighty Ducks, probably the direct-to-video one that nobody saw. Mighty Ducks 4, Back in the Hood.
It is unfortunately not Mighty Ducks 4 Back in the Hood. It is also not Dumbo.
Hey, it could be the N-rated edition, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe
somebody
his mom
drops his
finally-
penis on a bed with a thud in Dumbo, Disney's Dumbo. All right, final clue for 1 point under sex and nudity. Mike Myers wears a steel chastity belt, which makes a tong sound whenever he gets an erection. Arianna has a guess. Anybody else? Doug also has a guess. Doug, what do you think?
Is
wait,
it
I have a
Love
guess.
Guru? Love Guru?
JD, what do you think?
I was so mad.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Dumbo too. Actually,
Arianna, what do you think?
Love Guru.
It is the Love Guru.
Am I back from
I had a
negative?
feeling he was right, but I wasn't gonna take that since I should have gone first before Doug.
It's got a 3.8 on IMDb.
More than it should.
It killed Mike Myers'
That is a-
career for like a solid decade.
Only a decade?
Yeah.
He did great as the host of the Gong Show. Of course, I
Remember
found out
when
he was the
that
host
happened?
after it was canceled.
That means Arianna still in the lead with 3 points. Marty at 2, Doug at -1, JD at -2.
-1. Yay.
Listen, not to go against you, but how'd I get 2 points?
I said you had 0 points. You're in second place with 0. Did I say
thought
you had
said
2?
2. My bad.
That means, Doug, we're going to go to you.
Oh boy.
Would you like a movie from 1997, 2001, or 2008?
Let's go for the year that I peaked, both physically and emotionally, 1997.
1997. All right, from 1997 for 5 points under violence and gore. A man hits another man in the face with a club, knocking him unconscious. Doug and Arianna have guesses. Anybody else? What do you think, Arianna?
Happy Gilmore.
Doug, what do you think?
I'm going to think it's Happy Gilmore as well.
It is not Happy Gilmore.
Good, because that's not a bad movie.
No, it is not a bad movie.
For 4 points under violence and gore, reckless driving, colliding boats, scuffles, threatening with guns and chases.
That's a great.
Okay, for 3 points under frightening and intense scenes, the engine room begins to overheat and explode, causing the ship to rock and projects to fall, and many people are screaming and scared. The engine room begins to overheat and explode, causing the ship to rock and projects to fall, and many people are screaming and scared.
Okay. And this is 93?
97.
97.
For 2 points. Okay, JD, what do you think?
Well, it has to be a poorly rated movie, right?
That is the game we're doing tonight.
It's such a shame because that is also the year of the best movie of all time. So I'm gonna guess not Titanic.
I can't give you points for that, JD. As correct as you are that this movie is not Titanic, I cannot give you points.
But I did get it right, so I just want to point that out.
All right, for 2 points under violence and gore, lots of explosions and fires. Several people are trapped in rooms with fires, and several others are nearly pulled into a boat propeller. A runaway boat nearly hits people, and other boats plow through a town.
Yeah, for both, yeah. Put that at 25 minutes.
All right, final clue for 1 point under frightening and intense scenes. The movie follows a cruise ship that has been taken over at sea. Many people are in peril during a large portion of the movie, and it's somewhat frightening. Doug has a guess. Anybody else? Guess we're doing hard movies tonight. Doug, do you know what this movie is?
This is the Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves sequel, Speed 2, Cruise Control.
You are correct on everything except Keanu Reeves being in it. It is Jason Patrick.
Oh, I forgot even Keanu Reeves wouldn't do it.
Nope. But other than that, yes, at 3.9 out of 10, it is Speed 2, Cruise Control.
Hey, Keanu keeps it classy, okay? Bill and Ted is a very classy movie.
Yeah, I follow Jonathan Winter's movie career like to this day. The third one was very good.
That means Arianna's still in the lead at 2 points. Don't know why that happened. Marty, did you take a guess in that round?
Or didn't.
No.
I'm
My spreadsheet did some weird things. That means Arianna at 2 points, Marty at 0, Doug at -1, JD at -3. Now we've got everything.
Yeah.
I should get a t-shirt that just says -1.
I'd like one for
JD,
negative.
JD,
Yes.
would you like a movie from 1994,
Yeah.
2009, or 2015?
94, Nick.
94.
It's a good year. Year I
A lot of
graduated
great
from high
movies
school.
came out that
Oh, yeah.
year.
No, I
Not
graduated.
this one. This movie from 1994 for 5 points under frightening and intense scenes. Typical teenage girl squabbles, but levels off as the film goes on.
Deadly.
Doug has a guess. Anybody else?
It's
All right, Doug. Well, no, JD,
Yes.
what do you think?
It just apparently I have a delay. I mean, my phone does.
That's
But
okay.
I also do, probably.
What do you think, JD?
You know what? Let's do The Room.
Doug, what do you
Just
think?
because.
It was 1994, right?
Yep.
So that would be too early for Clueless. So I'm going to say Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, that is a good guess. It is not Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And
That was a good movie. That's
no,
mean.
it wasn't.
Came out the year I was born.
That's bad as some things.
Also, JD, you're 9 years too early on The Room.
You know,
All right.
I aim to be
For 4 points under violence and gore, a girl almost crushes a cockroach, but is saved by a monk.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right, with that confidence, I'm sure you know what it is, JD. What do you think?
Karate Kid 3.
It is not the Karate Kid 3.
Okay, but there were monks. I just want to point that out. Just want to point that out, okay? Like
All right, for 3 points under violence and gore. A man's dog snarls at a girl, but the old man calms him down. The gas station men then get upset and try fighting the old man, and one of them gets his arm twisted and then whacked with a pipe very hard. Arianna has a guess. Anybody else? What do you think, Arianna?
All right, I'm gonna piggyback off of JD's guess. It's not the third Karate Kid, but it's the next Karate Kid.
It is Karate Kid 4, the next Karate Kid.
Oh,
come
I
on,
almost guessed
Nick.
Karate Kid.
Wow, that's a good. I didn't
You
even.
act like that was completely like
Yeah, because I'm a host, not trying to give away the answer.
Yep.
just saying. I'm just saying.
I'm glad
Hillary
I got the
Swank
name
was
right
robbed.
because I almost guessed Karate Kid 2.
It's got a 4.5 on IMDb, the next Karate Kid.
Well done, Ariana.
Thank you. What a film.
Also in the next Karate Kid, under violence and gore, some martial arts fighting with fairly mild results. And sex and nudity. Miyagi is talking to Julie when she storms off into her room and slams the door. He opens it and catches her with her shirt off. We see from the side in her bra briefly, and then he quickly closes the door. Arianna, you're now at 5 points. Marty at 0 still. Just happy to be here. Doug at -2, JD at -5.
Excellent. Happy to be here.
All right, Marty.
I like
In
the
a
Cinderella
single
story.
movie that's been mentioned so far tonight, except The Room.
Marty, you get the last pick of the round. Would you like a movie from 1998, 2009, or 2017?
2009.
2009.
I was in high school. I feel like I had peak understanding of pop culture and what was in theater.
Let's see if that helps you. From 2009 for 5 points, under frightening and intense scenes. The opening monologue mentions a time in the past of great destruction and death. For 4 points under violence and gore, none of the martial arts fight scenes are very graphic or violent. For 3 points under frightening and intense scenes, an ape-looking monster is meant to be scary and is quite destructive.
What is the year on this?
2009.
I'll take a guess.
All right, JD, what do you think?
Is this King Kong?
Marty, what do you think?
I also feel like King Kong, but like the sequel.
The sequel to King Kong.
I feel like there was the remake, and then I thought there was a second one after the remake.
It is not, and I'll give you this, it is not a King Kong.
Wow.
It is none of the King Kongs. And it is none of the King Kongs.
What year is this again?
2009. Okay, for 2 points under sex and nudity, when Master Roshi tries to catch Bulma, he grabs her butt, and later he lets her down. 2 hands just shot up. Anybody else? 3 hands.
I know the name Bulma.
All right, JD, can you figure out what the movie is?
I've seen this. In fact, I've seen it recently. I know that name.
So horrible.
I shouldn't be so proud about that, but I definitely know this movie.
Okay.
You should have dropped it.
Do you have an answer?
No, I don't. I'm gonna put my hand.
Okay, great. Marty, what is this movie?
I saw this movie with the presentation of Mary Academy Anime Club at the movie theater in Mississippi, and we were the only ones there. It's Dragon Ball Z movie.
Call to Arms.
Doug, what do you think?
Yeah, it is the Dragon Ball Z Evolution.
What it was that? I knew I'd seen this.
It is Dragon Ball Evolution. A
I'm like,
2.6 out of 10.
So
People
painful.
hate this movie.
Shaman in the fucking server.
It's terrible.
It ruined so many careers before they can even start.
And the final clue
It
under
ruined
violence.
so many childhoods.
Goku fights and kills scary creatures, throws their bodies in lava, and races across the bodies to get to the other side. Since they're monstrous creatures, their blood and tissue is green and inhuman.
Piccolo's not a monster. He's a Namekian, technically.
That means we're done with the first half of this game. Arianna, you're at 5. Marty is at 1. Doug is at 0. JD at -6.
Climbing way back up.
That means it's time for another mini game. This one is multiple choice. What I'm going to do is ask one of you directly to pick between 4 choices. If you get the question right, you get 4 points. If not, the next person gets to guess between 3 answers. They get it right, they get 3 points. If not, 2 points for the next person. If not, last person gets 1 point if you can remember what movie is left. Tonight on the show, we are doing actors' worst movies according to IMDb.
Oh, sweet.
I love this.
I will give you an actor and 4 movies that they were in. You just have to tell me what the worst movie of theirs is. JD, since you're in last place, I will give you first dibs on this.
Oh, sweet.
Which of these 4 movies is Robert De Niro's lowest rated movie on IMDb?
Oh my god.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
Is it The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle from 2000, Godsend from 2004, Sam's Song from 1969, or Savage Salvation from 2022?
Okay, we got Godsend, Sam's Song, Savage Salvation, and The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Those are the 4.
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do the Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle, Nick.
I mean, solid guess, but it is not The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle. Marty, for 3 points, is his worst movie Godsend, Sam's Song, or Savage Salvation?
Savage Salvation.
That is also incorrect.
Well,
That's the other one I would have done.
Arianna, is Robert De Niro's worst movie Godsend or Sam's Song?
Oh, geez. I'm gonna guess Godsend.
Doug, what is the last movie on this list?
Samsung.
That is 1 point to Doug.
I have not used Shiv at all.
Godsend has a 4.8. Savage Salvation has a 4.5. Rocky and Bullwinkle 4.3. Sam's Song at 3.4.
I mean, I didn't even know he had a movie coming out in 2022. Never mind 2 of them.
This one.
All right, that means Marty, which of these 4 movies is Judi Dench's worst movie? Is it 2020's Artemis Fowl, 2019's Cats, 2006's Dougal, or 2012's Run for Your Wife?
Run for Your Life is the only one I haven't heard of, so I'm going with that one.
It's called Run for Your Wife.
Oh, even better. Run for Your Wife.
Marty, you avoided the trap, got 4 points. This movie from 2012, Run for Your Life, is Judi Dench's worst movie.
Excellent.
Artemis Fowl has a 4.2. Cats and Dougal both have a 2.8. And Run for Your Wife has a 2.7.
Why are we hating on cats? You're using cat crap now. It's mean.
Arianna, which of these 4 movies is Al Pacino's worst movie?
Oh boy.
Is it Geely from 2003, Jack and Jill from 2011, The Son of No One from 2011 as well, or We Are Not Animals from 2013?
You know what? I feel like I'm falling into a trap, but I'm gonna guess it. Jack and Jill.
It is not Jack and Jill.
Damn.
Doug, is it Geely, The Son of No
It's
One?
100% Geely.
It is
Not Jack-
100% Geely. That is 3 points to Doug.
There is no way that's anyone's favorite movie.
Son of No One has a 5.1. We Are Not Animals has a 4.9. Jack and Jill is 3.3. Geely is 2.6.
I mean, that should have killed careers, but it didn't, and I don't know why.
Doug, you get the last one.
Oh boy.
Which of these movies is Diane Keaton's worst movie? Is it Hanging Up from 2000? Look Who's Talking Now from 1993? Plan B from 2001? Or Smother from 2008?
When was Hanging Up from again?
2000.
This is Diane Keaton, right?
Yep.
I'm going to say Plan B, because it sounds like an after-school special movie.
It is not Plan B.
Fair enough.
JD, is Diane Keaton's worst movie Hanging Up, Look Who's Talking Now, or Smother?
I'm gonna say Smother.
It is not Smother. Marty, is her worst movie Hanging Up or Look Who's Talking Now?
This is a lot of pressure.
Come on, Marty! Woo!
Yeah. Hanging Up.
Arianna, what is the last movie remaining on this list?
Look who's talking now.
That is 1 point to Arianna.
I feel that assaults my youthfulness.
Yeah.
That movie was passable.
Yeah, gotta get
I
not
liked that movie. Thank you very much.
Hanging Up has a 4.8. Smother has a 4.6. Plan B is almost her worst movie, but fewer people have seen it. It has a 4.4. Look Who's Talking Now, also a 4.4. And what I found out recently, a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not a single person gave that an okay review.
I thought a couple people liked it.
I liked it. Damn.
All right, going into the second and final round. Let's see what that did to the scores. Arianna still in the lead at 6 points, but just barely. Because Marty's right behind at 5 points. Doug is at 4 points. JD is at -6.
Hell yeah.
I'm just happy to be rocking positive.
I'm just happy to be here, Nick. You know how
Arianna, you're in first place, so I'm going to let you pick the year first again. Would you like a movie from 1998, 2015, or 2017?
2017, please.
2017. All right, from 2017 for 5 points, under Sex and Nudity, a young girl asks her boyfriend if he would kill any guy who fucks her. For 4 points, under Violence and Gore, a teenage boy is decapitated. Blood splatters on the faces of a girl and a bully. His head is seen rolling on the floor. The scene is very graphic and bloody.
What is the year of this movie?
2017. All right, for 3 points under Violence and Gore. Through montages, we see a man's head blow up. We see blood and matter scatter. Some destruction of buildings. A man get a heart attack. A group of people walk off a tall building. There is a very brief shot of one of the bodies impacting the sidewalk with some blood. JD has a guess. Anybody else? Doug also has a guess. Doug, what do you think this... Oh, Marty, what do you think this movie is?
There's a guy here on my kill list. Oh, wait.
I think it's a Death Note movie.
Doug, what do you think?
I'm going to think it's the M. Night Shyamalan vehicle, Devil.
JD, what do you think?
Well, now I'm confused, but you know what? Shoot.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, am I going to stick with my answer, or am I going to, I'm going to say Venom. I'm going to say Venom.
It is not M. Night Shyamalan's Devil. It is not Venom. It is the second American anime adaptation of the night. It is Death Note.
What?
You might be circling back
I
around.
had a feeling that
I
Marty
don't know
was
what,
right.
but I know shitty anime adaptations.
They are always rated.
I think this
terrible.
guy is a
Yeah, you're Willem Dafoe, you're Keith
Yep.
Stanfield. Nobody wanted this to happen. It has a 4.6. That means, Marty, you have taken the lead at 8 points. Arianna at 6, Doug at 3, JD at -7.
Happy to be here, Nick.
yeah.
Happy to have you here, JD.
I'm happy to be in the threes.
I can feel the thing happening in me where like I am now no one's friend on this call. And it's like not okay.
You are not getting the job.
Doug, would you like a movie from 2001, 2008, or 2009? Real wide selection.
Let's step into the Wayback Machine, shall we, and go to 2001.
2001.
Maybe my age will give me an advantage.
All right, from 2001, for 5 points under violence and gore, in the credits, two men are seen rising up from paint, all covered in paint.
From 2001?
From 2001, again, violence and gore. In the credits, two men are seen rising up from paint, all covered in paint.
Covered in paint.
That's fine. What about paint?
From 2001?
Uh-huh. For 4
2001.
points under violence and gore, a little boy falls down, and there's a lot of blood on his face. He cries, and it is one of the most cruelest gags in the movie that isn't even funny. Okay, for 3 points under frightening and intense scenes, the film contains extreme amounts of extremely vulgar, gross-out humor, making the film inappropriate for all ages. Excessive amounts of gore, animal abuse, bestiality, and incredibly horrifying abuse.
Wait, what?
Whatever this is, it feels like it comes with a content warning.
I feel like I remember this movie. I don't think I saw this movie. Oh, you know what? No, wait, 2001?
Uh-huh.
I have a guess, but I cannot remember what it's called at all, and I don't want to waste a point trying to get it right.
All right, for 2 points under sex and nudity, there is a sausage joke where Gord plays a piano with sausages hanging from the ceiling. As Gord plays each key, the sausages go up and down. When his dad comes in, he sings, "Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausages?" Everybody's hand is now up. Marty, what do you think?
What is it called? It has Tom Green. I was just looking at the Wikipedia page for this movie like 3 days ago.
Would it help if I sang the song to you, Marty?
No. Oh no.
But Nick didn't sing it right. You didn't do it justice, Nick.
I know, I wasn't trying to sing it.
Would have been a giveaway.
I want you to know when
I'm
it's
gonna
my
take
turn.
myself out because I genuinely just blanked on what it's called.
No, you can do this, Marty. Come
I
on.
really genuinely don't think I can. I'm so sorry.
Right.
You want me to sing it to you?
No, that's okay.
Marty, I'm so sorry. You're gonna want to scream. Freddie got fingered.
There's
Doug.
nobody here.
Daddy, would you like some sausage? Yes, Freddie got fingered.
JD.
Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausage? Freddie got fingered.
It is a notorious movie that surprisingly has a 4.6 out of 10 on IMDb. It is Freddie Got Fingered. Last clue in there might help you if you can't remember the title of this movie. Under sex and nudity, a boy asks a 25-year-old man in a mental institution if he got fingered.
Yep. I'm just gonna lay in the road for when the plow comes by.
I have only seen a few scenes of that movie. That's enough.
2 movies remain before our newly introduced final betting round. Arianna and Marty tied in first place with 8 points. Doug at 5, JD at -5.
Oh boy.
All right, JD, would you like a movie from, what do we have left here? 2003, 2009, or 2018?
2003.
2003. Okay, from 2003, for 5 points under frightening and intense scenes. A character is given a list of pros and cons about his grandfather. While there is an overwhelming amount of pros, he's given one con, which is, quote, physically disabled.
Oh no.
Wait, he's given that about his grandfather?
Uh-huh, that is the one con about his grandfather.
Oh no.
Physically disabled. Wow. This is not, I already don't like this movie. All right.
Yeah. All right. Oh, Marty has a guess. Marty, what do you think?
Spy Kids 3.
It is Spy Kids 3. Game
Oh,
over.
no!
What?
Wow. I
That's
mean, Marty, I think you're the only one here who is the right age for Spy Kids 3.
I was the right age for Spy Kids 3 and I fucking loved that movie. I was like, a list. That must have been like some kind of screen. That's not Inspector Gadget. What's a movie like Inspector Gadget where there's cyborg shit? Spy Kids 3.
How high are you as a kid when you watched this?
Not this
I
high.
was 11.
Also in Spy Kids 3, under violence and gore, the real guy, Elijah Wood, is murdered very suddenly.
Nick, that category is not fair for me because if I watched that movie, I'd be in a watch list.
Sex and nudity, some cleavage on Salma Hayek's character in a few scenes. Frightening and intense scenes, the 3D effects create jump scenes in which when objects appear to come off the screen and into the audience. And violence and gore, robots attack kids and kids fight each other. Overall, mild. Mega Race is a fast-paced action scene with crashes, injuries, and explosions. Lava surfing was intense with a large monster. Dinky brands a robot. All right, going into the last movie, Marty is at 13. Arianna is at 8. Doug is at 5. JD is at -5.
Still anybody's game, right?
It is, because in the final round, everybody can gain or lose up to 10 points.
Oh.
So keep that in mind, everybody. Marty, you get to pick the last movie, though. Would you like a movie from 1998, 2008, or 2009?
Going with 2008.
All right. Final movie from 2008. For 5 points under violence and gore, a man is given electric shocks as part of a hypnosis experiment. For 4 points under violence and gore, a woman has an infected toenail, which eventually flies into a man's mouth. They had the best of the best movies on this game. For 3 points under sex and nudity, a sex scene with Christine Lakin in lingerie with a shirtless male model, Johan Erb, who is seen again shirtless at the door. All right, for 2 points under frightening and intense scenes, plenty of gross out humor. June's appearance will disgust viewers. Doug has a guess. Anybody else?
Yeah,
Doug, do you know what this movie is?
I don't want to say it because I don't think it's a bad movie, but Addams Family?
Zapped him.
It is not The Addams Family.
Thank goodness, because I like that movie.
All right, final clue. Let's see if this helps anybody. For 1 point under sex and nudity, one shirtless male sitting on a beach bench whilst Paris Hilton jogs past in tight-fitting spandex. We got nothing from anybody?
No.
All right, Doug.
I remember watching this movie. I remember hate watching this movie.
I should have cheap
The
shot.
Wax Museum.
Against a warrior, I have no chance to
It
do
is.
anything.
Not the Wax Museum.
It's the only thing I know from Paris
Just
Hilton.
glad to know that Doug really hated a movie he didn't see. That's fantastic.
This
I hate myself. That's
Yeah.
why.
this movie is the lowest rated movie that I have on the list tonight. It's at a 1.9 out of 10. It's got a woman whose appearance will disgust you, as well as Paris Hilton. It is called The Haughty and the Naughty.
Yeah.
I have never even heard of
Haughty and
that.
the Naughty?
I have-
Nottie.
How far down the Pornhub list is that one?
I'm disappointed in humanity that even exists.
Me too. I worked at a movie theater in 2008 and I never heard of that.
I am surprised with all of the movies you've seen from this. I'm surprised that is not one.
I guess I'm gonna have to watch it tonight.
I haven't seen it, but when you work at a summer camp and you only have a collection of DVDs to keep you all company, like, I'm pretty sure it was in the stack of DVDs that we had.
I do want to go, but this show does make me want to go back and watch Garbage Pail Kids, though.
That means we are moving into the final round, which is a Final Jeopardy style round. What I'm going to do is ask you in a minute how many of something related to movies, related to this game. The general topic tonight is filmographies. What I want you to do is message me privately a bet between 1 and 10. The person who gets closest to the answer receives their points. Everyone else loses points. If you get it exactly right, I'll give you an extra 3 points.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nick, hang on. I'm sending that to you now.
All right. So
How many points?
1
How many
and
points,
10.
Matt?
Not gonna take so long.
Oh, and I should tell you the scores right now. JD at -5, Doug at 3, Arianna at 8, Marty at 13, which means it's still between 3 of you.
So we bet points before you tell us what the thing is.
Before I tell you what the question is, it is just related to filmographies.
Well, Nicholas, that's
Mhm.
frustrating.
Yeah, it's like Final Jeopardy. I'm giving you a topic.
Taking the plunge.
We got everybody but Marty, I believe. Has
I'm,
sent
try-
me a
I'm trying to
message.
do math, Nick. I'm a homosexual. You can't do this. Okay.
And you just have to come closest to the answer, closest in either direction. This isn't Price is Right. It's Jeopardy. All right, we've got everybody's bets in. I'm going to ask all of you to message me privately. Nicolas Cage has quite the filmography. He has made 103 movies. According to IMDb, what percentage of those movies have under 5 out of 10 on IMDb?
This is for
How many
How-
movies did you?
He
Nicolas
has
Cage?
done 103 movies.
103 movies.
for
So
Nicholas
the percentage
Cage,
is
you said?
pretty close to the
Did you-
number of movies.
Did you
I-
say Nicholas Cage?
Nicolas Cage.
Sorry, the
What did
phone
you
broke
say?
up.
'Cause can I take my answer back depending on it?
Yeah, if you want to change your answer, you still can. There's only Marty and Arianna have answered. Okay, so everyone but no, Doug is in there too.
Yep.
And this is
there
the percentage of his movies that
But there-
are under
there-
5.
are a total of 5 movies that I think are fantastic that he did. And what is it? Anticipation, Raising Arizona, the first Ghost Rider, not the second one.
All right. Everybody has their answers locked in. I will tell you, of Nicolas Cage's 103 movies, only 21 of them are under 5 out of 10 on IMDb, meaning 21%. Arianna guessed 56%. Doug guessed 78%.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
JD guessed 67%. Marty guessed 85%.
Whoa.
Heard
I thought
what you
I
said.
thought I was being kind.
Meaning that the closest, only 36% off, is Arianna with 56%. That means, Doug, you have lost 10 points.
Yes.
JD,
Wait a minute.
you have
Supposed
lost
to press
10
the ball.
points.
This isn't like golf.
Marty, you've only lost 4 points. Arianna has gained 6 points. Meaning our final scores tonight is JD at -15, Doug at -7, Marty at 9. But our winner tonight with 14 points is Arianna Magee.
We're supposed to go into the positive. Nuts.
Making you 2 for 2 on bad movies.
I love bad movies.
Just to say them, because I had a shorter list because I've used so many movies in this game at this point. There's been how many? Like over 1,200 movies used in this game. So the movies we didn't get to from 98, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer at 4.7. From 2015, the remake of Poltergeist at 4.9. From 2018 as well, A Wrinkle in Time at 4.2. And from 2009 at 4.4 is The Human Centipede we didn't get to.
So we just missed all the horror movies. Got it.
I'm really happy we didn't get to Human Centipede.
That was a movie that I had a real hard time finding the funny clues for.
Oh yeah, all that slapstick comedy in Human Centipede.
Thank you all so much for doing this. Before we go, if there is anything you want to promote, anywhere you want to be found, or any last words, JD, I'll start with you.
Yes, I have some words. Before we start the promotion, I have some important words for Marty specifically. I love Serendipity. It's such a good movie.
Serendipity the Pink Dinosaur?
I almost cried. Serendipity, the pink dinosaur.
Serendipity. Serendipity.
I can't believe 2 of you have seen this.
I am
So good. I thought I was the only one left, Marty.
I'm gonna text my mom.
I rented that from Blockbuster 3 times.
It's a fantastic movie, and the theme song is great.
I'm pretty sure the executive producers appreciate that you rented it 3 times.
We made a copy of the tape at my house.
Didn't you see the FBI warning at the beginning? You're not supposed to do that.
Daniel Viscosi doesn't give a fuck.
Blockbuster agents are everywhere. They're listening. You did what?
I hope they are.
Well, mainly because they're all unemployed.
All right, JD, any plugs?
I do. And I came on as an alternate for my girlfriend, Sammy James, who was going to do a plug that I will do for her. It's cool. This is how we do. And then I'll do my own plugs. It's cool.
Okay.
So January 28th, that is a Saturday, right, Nick?
I believe so.
Okay, yes. January 28th. Had to make sure. That is the 4th Saturday of this month. We're doing the waiting room. And you should totally, like, if you haven't gotten your tickets already, you should. It's going to be amazing. We're going to have the link up in the next day or so. You can check my bio on Instagram at JD Stephans, STEPHANS. We're going to have, actually, I'm taking the stage this month. It's going to be great. I'm not hosting. I'm just taking the stage. But my girlfriend, Sammy J, will be hosting, and we have a fantastic lineup for you all. That's going to be 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern, January 28th, virtually. What else do we got? She didn't give me any of her other plugs. So.
Okay.
So for me, if you're in the LA area and you happen to be watching this tomorrow night at the Comedy Chateau, 7:30 p.m., I will be on a lineup with Takara Williams headlining. I'm really fucking excited about it. It's like, if you've been wanting to come see me at live, this is definitely the show to check out. So I definitely recommend that. It's called the Comedy Orgy. I can even get you a discount on your tickets with the code ORGY.
Wonderful.
Right? And then what else?
You got a whole lot of stuff.
I do.
I think you've mentioned most of it. You also do Mental Health Mondays that I will be on in a couple of weeks.
Yes, and we got Mental Health Monday. So we're not going to be doing IMDb not this coming Monday, but the Monday after, because Nick Martucci is going to be on as the guest of honor. And it's going to be awesome because Nick was on the waiting room back in December and just brought this amazing brand of humor to really necessary subject matter that a lot of people don't talk about. So definitely check that out. We will put up the trigger warnings for that, but that's Mental Health Mondays. That's going to be Monday, January 20. Help me out here, Nick.
23rd.
23rd, right?
23rd. Yep.
23rd at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. That'll be on the Get Loud Movement Instagram Live. Cool.
Yeah, and I'll do a little tease for that too. Watch that if you want to hear me tell the story of that time that a 90s pop star that I'll mention on the show called me on New Year's Eve to talk me out of suicide and into comedy.
You know you all want to for that.
What?
That I do want to hear.
So that's something that happened to me. JD, thank you. Doug, you have anything that you want people to know about?
So we're definitely
Let's see. I'm performing stand up with Tesseract Players of Boston and at Arisha tomorrow and throughout the weekend. We are doing shows. I'm also going to be performing stand up comedy at the Bell in Hand on the 8 p.m. That would be a Tuesday at the Bell in Hand. And let's see. Also, currently hammered down March 1st. I will also be doing stand up comedy at Capo's in South Boston.
Nice.
The food there is absolutely phenomenal. Check that out.
Yum.
Doug, thank you again. Marty, you got anything you want to tell people?
Don't come to the Twin Cities. There's no parking right now, and if you take the parking, I'm gonna be real mad.
Don't come to the Twin Cities.
It's cold.
Serendipity, the pink dinosaur.
I am not in the market for new friends right now because it's winter and I'm depressed. But I'll find my way back around. Catch me in the spring.
Wonderful.
The second I get off this call.
Finally, our winner, Arianna, do you have anything you want to tell people about?
Yes. So there is a new show in Boston that I am on. It is January 21st, which is a Saturday. It's called Fruits by the Foot. It's a queer comedy showcase. I'm on it because I'm a little gay. And it is at D Bar in South Boston. And it is run by Lizzie Sivitz and Zach Stewart. They're great, and I'm really excited to be on it.
That is awesome.
Woo!
Yeah, support all of that. Support all of these great shows, these great people. Thank you so much again. Doug Fitzgerald, Arianna Magee, Marty Viscosi, JD Stephans. I'm Nick Martucci. You can find me on all social media at Blundering Idiom. Find the show on Facebook, search Inappropriate Movie Database, or click the link in the description of this video. Twitter and Instagram at IMDb Game. We usually do this show 2 times a week, Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel. That's convenient. You should like, subscribe, do all that YouTuber stuff. And if you want to see me do stand-up comedy and you're in the Boston area, I will be in Brookline this coming Sunday, the 15th at 6:30 p.m. with Bad Intersection Comedy. That is Tyler Durniak and Matt Shore's show. And that's a great lineup. That's Caitlin McPhee, Caroline Cook, Laura Rose, Matt MacArthur, and friend of the show, Tyler Tuttle. And somehow I'm also on it. So go see that. Check my my social media for more info on that. And I will be back here next week, 9 p.m. Eastern on Monday. Thank you so much.